Hello, the Play MFL channel, the Metaverse Football League. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks very much again for watching. Much appreciated. Before we start, if you are enjoying the content, etc., please do like and subscribe to the channel, etc. as well, because it helps the channel in general. So if anyone's seen the previous videos, joined MFL pretty really recently, or pretty not that late. There's been sort of alpha and beta testing, etc. But this is season 1, and we're just about to go into season 2. The other thing to point out is season 1 and 2 is like, shortened seasons. It's like 4 or 5 weeks per sort of age group for players and things. So it's nice and active. Purpose of this video is to show you what I've been doing in terms of squad building, how I've been putting that together, what I've been learning, and hopefully pass some of that stuff on to you guys. Well, I know I've signed a few guys up, a few guys who signed up haven't really completed their clubs or anything yet. We're just about to go into season 2 in about a week and a half's time. Will be a transfer window and everything, so that'd be a good time to jump in, obviously, if you haven't done so already. So what's been happening? Dublin's sort of form has been reasonably okay, so let's have a quick look at clubs. Still up there in the sort of promotion places, which is good. Quite a tough run in as well, and some sort of more difficult results. So I've not really been posting everything on Twitter, etc. I was just moving myself into a better place there. So we're sitting in third, still 2 points ahead of Tunisiano. I really want to get in that playoff place, so show you in a wee minute how important that's going to be for the players, etc. as well. Huskies do have a game in hand as well. Schedule-wise, they've got game against Huggin and Muggin, so that's tomorrow. And then we've got the Huskies at home, Dragones, Wybor, who are hosing the league, and then Seattle Orcas before the playoffs. So I really do want to get up a division there, because it does make a difference in terms of, prize money in MFL, player development, all that type of stuff. And the aim is to get up eventually to the top. Celtic Glasgow, well, come in at a bit of a bad time, really, in all honesty. Like, in terms of the squad, it leaves a lot to be desired, and that's one of the reasons why I'm working on, obviously, squad building, etc. as well. I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, overall ratings wise, we've got a couple of good players. JK is on loan from Jimbo. Don't worry, I'm going to give a wee rest to the centre back the next game, down to 86%. Got a few good players, but never really did a lot of time. And when I was picking up players, I couldn't really transfer them in as well, because it was mid-season. You only had like free transfers. So in terms of what we're going to be doing, just having a look at the overall squad building, etc. here. So if you go back to our own HQ, remember in this game you are player's agent, in addition to actually being able to sort of agree contracts and everything with your own clubs. So we've really increased the quality. A lot of guys have got in here. One of the next jobs is going to be to get them into Dublin, get them into Celtic Glasgow, and make sure that's all working out well. We'll see. I've got this guy who's a free agent. I signed him about a week ago, and obviously just based on his general quality, 88 for shooting, 76 for pace, 69 dribbling, 77 overall, etc. as well. And next bit we're going to be looking at is going to be off-site, and I'll explain why I've been using that as well. So here we are in the really good MFL assistant. You can find this at MFL-assistant. And I didn't really know it was here as a tool, but found it pretty good. So it's got a list of content creators, which I'm not on, obviously. Not important enough to be on the list, or my content must be shite. No, I'm looking. Some good names on the list, obviously Calvinator, Windirtcast, SR Monkey, Deek, we've got Quinny, etc. on here as well, Val to play. Where is Quinny? Yeah, he's definitely on there. So list of good content creators, all sort of linked in there to the pages, which is really good. you can come on here and you can see the latest listings, etc., which I'm going to show you in a wee minute. And there's some tools which I really like using in here as well. The only bit that sort of threw me off initially was when you go in here, you've got to sort of sign in as if you're signing into the site. So I was always a bit careful with that, with it being the Dapper wallet and everything. But tip number one before you go and start using your sign in third-party sites, go and check with the existing community and make sure you're not about to just give away all your money. So I did that and everything all looks okay. So I've been using this for a couple of things. One quite good thing to use it for is it's got a listing of market activity. So if you're working in here, if you're doing some stuff on your squads, then basically you can be in here, you can go back to MFL, take you back into the site by pressing that button. If you press this button here, it throws up a cool page as well. So this is like an overall page that gives you MFL player info, all the information there on the player, which you'll get on the site anyway, and gives you stats like goals and assists, average performances, etc. I found this bit really useful. We'll come back to this, but it gives you the ratings per position. So if you say this guy could play right back as well as centre back, he's only really a 55 right back. So that's all pretty important stuff to know, and it gives you a sort of estimated values based on the average of the last 3 sales for similar age, rating and positions. So that's quite good. I have probably overpaid for some players from time to time. I've been known to do that. It's called FOMO, where you just sit and just buying guys. Oh yes, this guy's 17 and I'll have him forever and he'll be the next wonder kid, all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Anyways, into the tools here. I've not really fully got to grips with the whole site. But one thing I really like is the sort of team builder side. There is also a notifications feature which isn't working so well at the moment because there's a bit of downtime in the Dapper wallet, but that I find that quite cool. I don't know how the notifications actually come through right enough, but that's another point. I'm assuming it'll be by email or something, and I've moved myself again to the right hand side because I'm not in the optimal place for this site. So firstly, what I've done is I've taken my existing guys and I've tried to put them into Dublin. So, obviously I've got 2 teams, but what I'm going to do in this video is talk you through where I've placed them and the decisions I've made for Dublin. And I've saved that team, and then we're going to have a look at Celtic and see who I've got so left over and start putting them into my Celtic team as well. I think this will be quite useful if you're quite new as well in terms of building. I think there's a couple of things to point out here. First one to point out is you need to find what your system is and how you're going to be playing. There's no point buying like 2 left backs and 2 right backs if you're going to play a 3-4-3. Just goes without saying, right? You don't really need those players. Fitness, etc. is quite important. I do find that because, I'm getting a bit old now and, every time I go to the gym, I'm breathing right out of my arse. But the game is quite realistic, and I mean, you've got a run of games, particularly if you get cup games in there as well. Players do lose fitness quite quickly, so it can be quite frustrating maybe if you've got a guy out on a contract or whatever and the other guy's just like totally running them into the ground. It's like, going to give them a rest. Anyway, you're not going to be getting peak performance there. So let's have a look at Dublin, see what I've done here, then we can go from there. Now, in terms of this list up here, just want to talk you through what I've done. Firstly, I've kind of picked the guys I think is going to be playing for the formation in Dublin, and these guys up here are not the sort of on-field players, so these are the rest of the squad in terms of decisions as well. So actually, in reviewing this, I've noticed my first issue. I don't really think I need 3 goalkeepers. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's a decision I can make later. I'll probably put the 2 higher guys in here and then make a decision. I don't know if like a 75 rated goalkeeper is just maybe a bit too strong for the Ice League for Celtic. On the left hand side here, it shows you the average of the group. So 75, I'm pretty pleased with that. Group size is 21, you've got a maximum of 25. If you do put it in as 22, you can add another 3 in the mid-season transfer window. Overall rating, starter overall rating. So all these sort of fun stats in here. I've filtered this to the actual formation I've been using for Dublin. And then these guys are also the guys who are going to be the squad members. Okay, so in terms of lineup building, etc., this is all pretty interesting information. So I've made 2 decisions here. First decision is, obviously I'm going to put in the guys who I think that are all, the highest rated players. So that's fine and fitting within the system. Over and above that, I've had to start thinking about rotation as well. So if I've got 3 centre-backs, you can't just play 3 centre-backs every game. So I'm going to need another centre-back on the bench here. So obviously I've got Andreas Vollmer in there for that. Now, rotation-wise, that's probably not going to be enough, but I have got a plan for that as well. So what I'm thinking is that I might in some games run a 4 at the back. So I've got this guy here who's going to come in as a rotation for any of these 3 guys. But if I run a 4 at the back, I won't need 3 centre-halves. So that's why I've got a left-back here. And also I've got a right-back. The other thing is my right-back, Ochai, that wasn't a very good pronunciation, wasn't it? Just because it's Ochiai, so it's not Ochai, it's Ochai. I can't write. Anyway, that's plenty. That is plenty. I'll get stopped from the YouTube soon if I don't shut up. So yeah, this guy's a really strong right back, and it's a shame, but this is the system I'm kind of enjoying playing at the moment. What else is sticking out here? So I've got Mr. Church here, who's an average of a 74. He had a pretty good player though, so obviously I need a bit of cover for that. So I've got this guy here, Clive McManus, who's centre mid and CDM. I'll explain these different bits of information in a wee minute, because this guy here, Amaral, is quite an interesting case I want to talk about specifically. I've got a few centre mids in the actual squad, but because this is a diamond formation, none of these guys are centre mids. This guy's a left mid, this guy's a right mid, and this guy's a cam, who's one of my under 17 sort of signings. So I'm not playing centre mids here, so I do want to kind of change it up a wee bit. For that reason, obviously, I don't think I need a gazillion centre mids for rotation, because I'll be either playing that system in the cup, or I'll just be playing it for rotation, or just to mix it up in certain games. The other thing to point out is, obviously, I've got this guy here, Eckert, up front. I'm probably only carrying one backup in terms of Mata. He is really a striker. He's left midfield. Ratings are really quite low, so he's really just backup striker, and I think that's enough. I don't think you really need 3 strikers. In my other formation I play for Celtic, which you'll see in a wee minute, it's like a false 9 formation, and you can play a cam in there. So I think 2 is enough, although I'll review that as I go along. And this person here, Ali Rose, 71, can play right wing, left wing and right midfield, so quite a versatile player as well. It's quite good to have players like that can play various positions. Anyway, Amaral is quite an interesting one. It's one of the main reasons I wanted to sort of showcase this as well, because this I found proper interesting. I've removed them. So yeah, this is how you add people in, etc. So Amaral, confirm. Should be able to get back to the stats from here. Yeah, it's because I'm only showing these guys here as the people who are not picked. That's why we change that. I've changed that filter to show the on-field positions as well, and this shows me all the guys who are already on the field. I think it's quite a good wee filter actually, because it lets you see who's left over in the squad that you're not intending to pick in the team. And obviously that's quite a good visual as well, because I'm looking at that and I think Yoata is looking actually pretty strong. Look through the spine there, 79, 77, 74, 77, 77. Really quite strong, obviously, overall. So this guy, Amaral, we're talking about, I'm going to have a wee look at him on here. So again, this is on the actual sort of MFL assistant site. And if you want to look at him on the MFL site, then you press that button and it will show you all the information you get on the site. So on the site there, it looks like his best position is right midfield, right? So it's fully green there, that's his main position. He's right footed. Left midfield is a lighter green, which you would think is not as good, and left wing not as good. So immediately when I was looking at it, I was thinking, right, okay, I'm going to have to play him as a right midfielder. I know I can play him there, so that's good, but it's good for versatility. Then obviously if we look at MFL assistant, stats are pretty good. So 84 pace, 83 dribbling, 84 passing, 70 shooting, that is really good. Look at what jumps out here. Left wing position +2. So he's actually rated as a 79 left winger. Now, I think my theory on that is obviously for right midfield 77, that's the position he's stated on the site has been best at. I think from a left wing perspective, he's pretty poor defensively, so probably you take the average of these ratings and what it contributes to the game. But on the site, it shows as if his best position is right midfield, and actually his highest rated position is left wing. Even over right wing, which is shown as 75. So I don't know exactly why it's programmed that way. I don't know exactly, if that's just an anomaly or whatever. But if that is the case, then I think you need to be able to use MFL Assistant and get in amongst that information, because I wouldn't have known that. I don't know if you can actually work that out for yourself, but you can see here where you put him in, he's got a +2 there. So even if you've not looked at those other pages, you can move these guys about. You put them in, it will show a minus if it's 73 minus 3, then it means 70 rated right winger. So I hope you found that interesting. That's what I've done for Dublin, and obviously that will help me when I'm assigning contracts for the squad building and everything later. What we're going to do now is have a look at Celtic and start assigning people into the Celtic group as well. You see at the moment, obviously, I've picked a 4-3-3 false 9. That's the sort of formation I'm playing for Celtic, and hopefully once I start adding in players here, it will show the guys I've already sort of used. So I'm going to hide players that are in other teams as well, which is hidden behind. I'm never in the right place, honestly. I'm always in the wrong place. Anyways, I've done that now, and it's hidden the players I've already picked for the other ones. So I've obviously got a decision to make, but whether this guy's going to play with these guys or, I think he's too good for the Ice Division as a goalkeeper. I could just loan him out as well, but yeah, it's what it is. So I'm going to add him in. So that's our goalkeeper. And obviously, if we decide to play him at Celtic, then that'll be the way ahead. And then you obviously, puts goalkeeper in here, which is quite good. You can just work through and pick. So I need 2 centre backs, right back, left back. So right wing back, centre back. So the first thing I want to do here is click the MFL page and see our assistant page. See what positions this guy's look pretty good in. So he's actually a good centre back, a good right wing back, but -5 for right back. So basically, in the system I play, he's just a centre back. But I don't really play right wing backs, so there we go. But he is a 72 rated, so we're going to be getting him in. Confirm. Bloody hell. Just pressing the wrong buttons here. What did he? You can confirm a few at the same time as well, to be fair. Right. So this guy we're going to play probably here. So we'll keep building up the positions. Right wing back, centre back, right back and right wing back. So again, I want to have a look at this and see what the right back rating is. If I bought another right wing back, then maybe I'm playing the wrong system. So 69 for right back and 68 for right wing back. So that's quite good actually. Not too bad. So we can do that. So Granados confirmed, and then probably play him at right back. Again, what this is going to tell me as well is when we get this filtered, who's left over, etc., who I still need for Celtic, because I think I'll probably still need 1 or 2 as well. Oh, wrong page. I'm away at the wrong page altogether now. Sack the manager. Right. This is obviously filtered to overall ratings here, right? So that's why I'm going down from the top. Do have an R centre backs. Maurice Duffy is a 67 centre back. You see, I bought a lot of young players here. I want to make sure I can sort of keep going, and I'm not going to just run out of guys straight away. So Maurice Duffy, Max Simon. So the quality's going down here, but still pretty good for the Ice Division. I mean, like, yeah, I think it's still pretty good for the Ice Division. So left back, I think there are filters here if you want to like filter as well, but obviously I'm just working through this like brand new. So who's my best left back? Carlos Villalba. He's only got one stated position as well. So left back Carlos Villalba. I'm playing with a CDM here, so see this is where it's quite important because a lot of my guys who are left midfielders or whatever play like out here. So I need to pick like a central defensive midfielder, and also I need to pick like squad players to go as well. So I want to be able to rotate, do well in the cup. Don't want players who are just completely knackered. So this guy Mikado, he is a cam and a centre mid. So let's see what sort of positions he can fill well. 81 pace, nice. Probably marginally too good for this squad. So Cam, he's only a 67 centre mid, so he's really more of an attacking player to be honest. I think we'll probably will have him in Celtic, but that's a decision I've got to make. See, I'm playing centre forward here rather than a central attacking midfielder, so actually he might be going to the development centre. Select a team member. Wrong button. Right, so we need a central defensive midfielder. Central midfielder Cam. Central midfielder Cam. See, I like it. Quite like central attack midfielders. Am I missing like a good CDM? Probably am. Jose Serra is only 60. So yeah, that's my first weakness, right? I'm gonna have to actually pick up if I want to play a system, I'm gonna have to pick up a central defensive midfielder because I don't think I've got anybody there. Or I could switch the system, I don't have to play central defensive midfielder, I could play a more attacking version of the 4-3-3. But I definitely need to sort that out. So this has been a useful exercise for me because I didn't actually know that. So genius squad building there. So we're not going to pick him for just the sort of cam position or central midfield because it's not as good as central mid. Pasquale Graziano, let's see how good he is. Again, he's a central midfielder. And only 64 as a CDM, so 73. So yeah, that's going to be picking him for central midfield, I think here, unless I feel like I need more coverage in my Dublin squad. So there we go. CDM we're just going to leave blank just now because that will remind me that I need one. Graziano we've picked. Need to hide players and teams as well. Next down the line here we've got Marekos. Again, I want to see how good he is at centre mid and how good he is at left midfield. This stuff's so important. Honestly, I know I'm taking loads and loads of time over this, but you know, I probably not like optimise my whole squad here if that makes sense. So central mid 70, 80 for dribbling. I can see why I bought him. Yeah, I'm definitely going to play him in centre mid. 80 for dribbling. That's a bit overpowered maybe for the Ice Division, but yeah, I'm definitely going to play him. So Marcelios. Bradley's already in. So Marcelios is going to go in here. See, I'm going to be like, I want to win the Ice Division as well, right? I know it's the lowest division, but I do want to win. We'll do centre forward next. So centre forward is a CF. See, I was thinking I bought well, but maybe I've just not bought the right guys. Calvo. So yeah, I want to keep this guy here. He's been doing pretty well, and I probably want to move in. I don't have many centre forwards, so I'm going to move in. I got Suma as well. He can play a couple of positions. I've been using him a bit at the moment, so that's good. Calvo can play here. Again, only 17, wonder kid, and then I can see what I want to sort of add around that. So that's my two centre forwards. I know I get Suma's good there. Bear in mind, centre forwards not the same position as striker. So ST striker, and if you want to play with a striker, that's a totally different position again. So it's quite important for squad building, this stuff. Left wing. So Keith Dyer's right wing or left wing, so that's quite important. I think actually I looked at him when I was doing the Dublin stuff. I'm going to double check. I think he can do equally like pretty as well. Pace 91, again, bit overpowered probably for the old Ice division, but left wing 69, right wing 70, so that's pretty good, and he's quite versatile, so we'll put him in. Yeah, so you see there it shows you he's a -1 there, so it's quite a good visual, that, right? So you can just build up the squad like that. So left wing, I know definitely do have some good left wingers. Dyer we've used. Left back. Safi I want to check, so he's a cam, I see, centre midfielder and a left winger. So that's interesting. If he can play well at left wing, that'd be good, because I've got other options at left wing too. Yeah, he's a 68 and a cam, 68 as a left wing, so definitely want to move him in. So Safi and Arakawa has been my guy. I've been playing a lot in that position, and I want to move in our goalkeeper as well. So my next goalkeeper is Torp, is 68. So see how we're building up the squad here. You can see the guys you haven't actually used yet. I'm going to put in Arakawa just because he's been playing for me at the moment, and he's my Japanese wonder kid. So you'll see what I've got there. Then what I've got to do is work out actually what I'm going to need for rotations, etc. I need a CDM. So I don't need a hugely expensive one, but I need a CDM. So for a start, I do have some options in this position. Dyer can play left or right, but I'm going to need another right winger. So I've added into the squad as well. You know, I don't carry a lot of left and right backs because I wasn't really initially targeting that. But yeah, probably going to need two CDMs actually, or I can just change the formation and go 4-3-3, you know, a bit more attacking. So then you've got like a cam there, but again, Calvo doesn't work for that because he's not a striker. So it changes this position, changes that position. Or you could just do 4-3-3, which is centre midfielder, but again, doesn't really suit Calvo. So I've been playing with the false 9, which is obviously with CDM in there as well. So we've went through quite a lot there. A lot of people find that quite interesting, but when you look at this list here, all the different guys you've got, I just get completely overwhelmed. I see all these positions, I'm like, ah! So I'm sure I do have a like CDM guys in here somewhere, but like, you know, you look at this and it says, you know, you've got the green there, and then you've got the lighter green, but I need to process the numbers. I need to see like what actual rating that guy is going to be in that position. Now, I think I've used this guy in Dublin already, so I need to actually process that. So there's going to be more work done. That before I buy an R player, and I probably should have done this before I got players, but before I buy an R player, I'm going to actually work my way through that, and I'm going to check out like each position and see what I need. You know, I know I've probably got like sufficient like amount of goalkeepers now. You know, Churi, Delfino, Schroeder might be going down to play with Celtic Glasgow. He's too good for the Ice division, that's the only problem. So I could use him as a third goalkeeper. I could just actually, you know, loan out a goalkeeper and just use the lower rated ones. But I want to win, so if he's a bit overpowered or whatever, then so be it. You know, he's 23. I don't think he's going to improve a huge amount now anyways. And then, you know, central defensive mid, I definitely do need to think somebody in that position. This guy's mainly a right back. I've got some CDMs as well, but Sarah's a bit average. This guy is actually pretty good, so I could add him in. Church is playing for Dublin. I can't remember whether actually I put this guy in as a backup for Dublin, so I probably do need a good, looking at that, I do need a good central defensive midfielder, That's who I've got left here. So yeah, I've got Clive McManus in here as a backup as well. So I guess if I bought a better one for here, I could have Church and the other one in there and play Clive McManus and the Celtic lineup as well. These are all tough decisions. My head's puggled with them. The good thing is I'm quite happy with my squad. If you look at that squad now and look at the overall, it's miles better than my current Celtic team. Miles better. Like, arguably some of the guys are, probably a wee bit too good for the divisions they're going to be going to, but I don't mind that so much. The other thing just to point out, final tip is, have a look at the player page, have a look at progression, etc. It shows you how your players are progressing. But I actually go into the players page because you get some useful information in here, which is quite a bit like Football Manager. So, Marat is now rated 79, so he's progressing. He's on a good rating. Marat would see faster growth if regularly tested against tougher competition. So what that means is that he's too good in terms of optimal progression in the division that he's in just now for Dublin. So that's why I'm a bit worried about getting up. I want to get up to the next division, but obviously I've taken over Dublin whilst they were mid-season and I was already a few points behind first, so I can't win now, I don't think. But I want to get through that playoff. If not, then we're just going to have to play in that division. He's training well. He could advance slightly faster with stronger competition from better teammates. So that's because he's in with a load of sort of green cards just now. But when he's in with all the other sort of rares, then he'll have optimal training progression as well. So again, this stuff's all stuff you've actually got to think about. And it's going to be an interesting transfer window coming up. Thanks if you've got to this stage for watching. I hope you've all found this interesting. I have spent a good amount bringing in a lot of these quality players. This guy alone cost me $119, but you can see he's really good. 92 pace, 82 dribbling, 80 passing. It's an absolute baller. He's only 23. He will be 24 in like a week and a half's time. So remember that if you buy a 23-year-old, you're not going to be sitting here in 2034 still playing him. It's a virtual game and guys get older a bit quicker, so you have to bear that in mind. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Please give me any comments you've got regarding the squads, the overview I've given, the tips and everything here. If you just signed up, if you have any questions, I'm trying to learn as quickly as possible. If I don't know the answer, I can ask somebody else, but please do message me if you need any help. Otherwise, good luck, and as we say on the other channel, go fuck.